Buried beneath the silent earth are not just bodies, but secrets, scandals, and stories that refuse to rest. This is the story of a man who owned the dead, but destroyed the living. This is a tale of betrayal, power, and a crime committed within the very shadows of a cemetery. In 1950s Puerto Rico, Ramon Antonio Fournier Sampedro was a name everyone knew. He was a wealthy businessman, an owner of one of the most prestigious cemeteries in the San Juan area. To the public, he was respectable, powerful, and a guardian of the resting place for thousands. But behind the marble walls and iron gates, Fournier's personal life was rotting, poisoned by jealousy, scandal, and a love gone horribly wrong. Ramon was married to a woman who once shared his dream of building an empire for the dead. But the marriage soured. Accusations of infidelity and betrayal tore them apart, until the only thing that connected them was the cemetery and a tangled mess of money and resentment. When the divorce papers were signed, Ramon lost more than just love. He lost face, wealth, and control. And that was something that he could not accept. On September 7th, 1950, the feud turned deadly. In a desperate, calculated act, Ramon Sampedro confronted his ex-wife inside the cemetery's office. What happened next would stun the entire island. In cold blood, Ramon shot his ex-wife, silencing her forever in the same place where so many others lay silent beneath the soil. The community was horrified. The owner of the cemetery, a place of eternal rest, had desecrated it with a fresh, violent crime. The trial gripped Puerto Rico, and the Fournier family's reputation turned to dust overnight. Justice was swift. Ramon was found guilty of murder. A man who once claimed to care for the dead was now condemned to spend his remaining years behind bars, surrounded by cold stone and iron. Not so different from the graves he sold to others. Today, the Fournier name is mostly forgotten, a faint echo among the headstones. But the story of Ramon Sampedro reminds us that even those who claim to honor the dead can be consumed by the darkest parts of the living. So after Ramon shot his ex-wife, whose name was Iris, he buried her in a shallow grave in what is now called the Puerto Rico Memorial Cemetery. But after a very quick investigation, they were able to unearth her body and pin it on him, and he would ultimately go to jail for this. And she's obviously not buried in this cemetery now. She's buried in a cemetery across the street, in which I hope to document when I'm in Puerto Rico next year. And if and when I am able to document that cemetery, I'll show you guys a picture of her headstone. And I just thought it was a creepy, spooky story that took part in one of my favorite cemeteries of all time in Puerto Rico. So I wanted to share it with you guys. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.